What's up everyone, it's your girl Brain Shanae, and today is the 20th day of Vlogmas, so we're pretty much almost there, you guys, almost to the finish line, so just bear with me. I wanted to do a book tag today, and that is going to be the Christmas Carol book tag, so please stay tuned. I am back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So like I said, I'm gonna be doing the Christmas Carol book tag. I thought this sounded like really fun, and I didn't know anything about this tag until today. So let's go ahead and get started with the first question. So for the first question, it says, The Ghost of Christmas Past, a book that was a childhood favorite. So for me, I think my childhood favorite, I think it was Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. When I was younger, I would read it all the time. That was like one of the first books I had read, and my mom just brought it into my life pretty much. She said, read this. It was like, I think it was like when I did something really bad and she sent me to my room and she told me to read something, and she brought that to me to read because I was on punishment for something. I don't remember what that was, but I really enjoyed the book and I really loved it. And you know, Bud Not Buddy is still one of my favorite childhood books. So yeah, Bud Not Buddy, favorite childhood book for sure. The second question is The Ghost of Christmas Present, a recent book that you think will become one of your all-time favorites. So it is one of my favorites. I can't say it's my all-time favorite, but it was my recent read, and that is Raybearer by Jordan Fuego. I'm just going to keep spreading the good news of this book because it was that good, you guys. I did a review about it. I did Jordan Fuego has become one of my favorite Black authors of this year. So literally I just enjoyed the book so much. And I think if I loved it so much, I think you might enjoy it as well. It's action-packed. There's nothing dry about it. The writing is spectacular. You'll be able to, without even looking up the glossary of the definitions of the spirits and the words that she has within the book, it's pretty much self-explanatory once you read it. So yeah, Raybearer by Jordan Fuego has become one of my all-time favorites and my recent read so far. So yeah, gotta love Raybearer. Now the third question, it says, The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, a book coming out next year that you're most excited about. So I'm gonna go with Wings of Ebony by J.L. I cannot wait to read this book, knowing the fact that it's about a girl named Rue who is pretty much a half human, half goddess or half god. So I think that's going to be very exciting. A lot of people was pretty much comparing this to the Hunger Games Rue, and this is, you know, Rue being alive, and this is what she's about and everything. So I think that's going to be very interesting and very exciting to read. So yeah, I would say Wings of Ebony by J.L. for next year that I'm very highly anticipating on reading. And the fourth question, it says, Bah Humbug, a book that everyone else loves that you just can't stand. So I'm going to be upfront with you guys. I'm going to be honest, because I think that's the best thing that everyone should have. The best quality is being honest with yourself and with your peers. And that I cannot stand Nevernight by J. Kristoff. I really couldn't get into it. I DNF'd it. As you know, so it's just like maybe a few people, probably if I count it on my hands, that just did not like the book at all. I can't get through it because of the footnotes. Maybe if I did the audiobook, I might love it, but I don't know. I think how it was written, it was very distracting, and it just it made me go left, and just, yeah, I couldn't get into it. So yeah, I think people will be would think of me like, what is wrong with you? Why do you not like Nevernight? So yeah, I will definitely go with that book, because I just can't stand it. Can't stand it. The fifth question, we have Bob Cratchit, an old dependable that you always recommend. So I recommend Copper Sun by Sharon Draper. Copper Sun was a great book, a great representation, especially during slavery. I really can't, I don't want to spoil it, but I just love that book so much. It gave me an aspect of things as far as, you know, as the type of books that she's written, mostly middle grade or teen, around mid-teen, that it gives you a better perspective of slavery for young kids to understand. I know that I recommended it to my sister, and she is a high school a high school teacher, and I recommended that book where she ordered them for her kids that she teaches to read it. And they actually allowed her to order those books for her students in the classroom, and all the students that read it, they really enjoyed it, and it opened their eyes to different things and a new aspect and a different point of view and a different perspective. So Copper Sun by Sharon Draper is definitely a book that I recommend to everybody, and I think it's something that's eye-opening for people that are not aware of certain things that happened during slavery, certain aspects. But I feel like when you have an insight, a different insight in a book where you read it and then you realize like, wow, that was happening, you have a different mindset of it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that as a dependable that I will always recommend. Number 6. So it says here, Tiny Tim, an underhyped book that you think deserves more love. And I'm gonna go with Daughters of Jubilation by Carolee Cothran. I really enjoyed the book so much. It's basically a book written in the Jim Crow South, featuring a girl who has abilities, who has powers, and those abilities are called jubilation. She's not necessarily a witch. What she considers as she uses her powers is jubing. And I think that book was amazing. I don't really hear enough on BookTube, so I want to bring it up now because I really feel like it was very underhyped, and I feel like it needs to be hyped up just a little bit more than what it has gotten. But I'm gonna go with that, Daughters of Jubilation by Carolee Cothran for this for sure, because like I said, I haven't heard a lot about it on BookTube, but not a lot of people are acknowledging it, or probably hasn't even read it or even heard of it. So I definitely want to bring that to light right now. So yeah, Daughters of Jubilation. And the 7th question, it says today, why it's Christmas Day. What's a book that always gets you in the mood for Christmas apart from A Christmas Carol? A book, there's not really a book that I know of that gets me in the mood for Christmas, or in the mood for, so I can't really answer this question because there really isn't a book I can really think of right now at this moment that puts me in the mood for Christmas or for Christmas time. I usually just read books, and usually if I'm in the mood for something Christmassy, I'll do that. But right now, currently, there's nothing a book that has gotten me in the mood for Christmas. So sorry about that. Question number 8, The Muppet Christmas Carol. It says your favorite film adaptation of a book. So I'm gonna give a couple of those because I have them all written down. At least there's 4 different books or series. There's a series of books, and there's books in general that have book to movie adaptations. So the first one is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Loved all the books, and I loved all the movies for those books. I think they're really good, and they got all the attention that they deserved. So I'll do that one. So The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. The second one is Everything by Nicola Yoon. I really enjoyed that book, and I also enjoyed the movie as well. I thought it was very, very cute. I just loved it. So that one. And the next one is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. Love those books, and I love the 2 movies that are on Netflix right now. I cannot wait for the final and 3rd movie that I know is coming out on Netflix. I don't know when it's going to be released yet. I know some people are saying, and on the internet, they're saying sometime next year. That'll be nice, or maybe in February next year. That'll be great. But, anytime early next year, I would love to see that movie. I really, in the book, I really enjoyed her fact of, her choice of colleges that she had as an option, and then she found one that suits her better. So I definitely like that. So I'm definitely looking forward for seeing more of Lara Jean, and also, Peter as well, Peter Kavinsky. So yeah, so looking forward for that, and cannot wait for that movie. Last but not least, The Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. That book was amazing, and the book to movie adaptation was awesome as well. A lot of people haven't brought up about that book to movie adaptation, but I loved it so much, and I think I'm shining a light on it right now. Love the movie. It's very deep, but it's real. So yeah. So I'm gonna say Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, Everything by Nicola Yoon, and To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. And pretty much, this is not a question, but it's pretty much the 9th prompt. It says tag some people. So I'm going to tag at least 3 people for sure. So one of them is going to be Reading with Tara. check out her channel. I will leave all her stuff down below. But Tara, you are tagged. Third one is Lala Loves Lit. I will put all her information down below so you can check out her channel. I love her. And then the third is Words of Clover. So you guys, all three of you, you are tagged. You're officially tagged, and I'm looking forward to watching your videos. And you know, I'm already watching them, but I can't wait for you to do this tag and what your answers are going to be for these questions. But that is it, you guys. That is pretty much all the questions that I have for you and all the answers, my weird random answers that I've given you for these questions. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, you guys, and please stay healthy and stay safe. See ya.